Julia's in the kitchen today, and that means we're going to be cooking something very delicious. We're going to be doing something Japanese.
Yes.
Your husband is Japanese.
That's right. We're making Nikuman, which are steamed pork buns. Really delicious.
Oh, and you're going to make them from scratch. So I guess we've got to start with the dough.
We're starting with the dough. So the first thing that I've actually done, though, is I've soaked the shiitake mushrooms, which is creating this beautiful liquid. So I'm going to squeeze those out, and if you don't mind chopping those while I get onto the dough. So that's going to be for our filling. So instead of using water, we're going to add some extra flavour with the shiitake.
Nice.
So first thing we need to do is add the flour. And to that we're going to add some yeast, sugar, salt, and also some sesame oil.
Nice.
So I've got my dry ingredients in here now. I'm just going to start by pouring in some of the liquid.
Right.
Until we kind of get a dough, a shaggy dough, which then I'm going to knead until it's nice and soft. And so that's going to go into the bowl with the pork mince and cabbage. And we're going to add the rest of the ingredients to that too.
Right. Now, it looks like a lot of ingredients here, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, well, I've got all of this in my pantry.
Exactly.
So talk me through a few of them.
Yeah, so we've got some oyster sauce, we've got some Chinese 5-spice, there's mirin, which is a rice wine, a sweet rice wine, sesame oil, some white pepper, and a few other things. We've got garlic, ginger, all of the things that are going to bring it lots and lots of flavour.
All the goodies you want in a dumpling. Now,
Exactly.
that looks like a lot of sesame oil, so I've stopped myself. Do you want the whole lot or...?
So it should be about a table and a spoon and a half.
Okay, so a lot.
A lot, yeah. So it's just going to add that really nice flavour. So I'm going to turn this out onto my board.
Okay. Ah, so I see what you're saying here, shaggy.
Shaggy dough, and we're just going to bring it together. It does have that yeast in there, so it's going to set aside and double.
And you didn't have to activate that yeast, you just, because it's instant yeast,
Exactly.
it will double at some stage.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I've got the corn flour in there.
Beautiful.
We've got the garlic, last few ingredients. And
that ginger just gets grated in. So I'm going to knead this dough for about 5 minutes and rest it in an oiled bowl, and it's going to double in size.
Great.
All right, so our dough has doubled in size. It looks really beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
Just going to punch that down and bring it out onto our board. Thank you. So we're going to cut it into 10 pieces.
Ooh, 10 dumplings.
Exactly.
Like
so
that.
half first, and you know, you can weigh them out or you can just go by eye.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Yep.
So we'll work with one at a time.
Okay. Look at that dough. It's so soft and springy.
That's right. So we're going to roll this out. I've just got a little bit of flour, and this is going to be into a rough circle.
Okay.
All right, we're almost ready to fill. So if you want to place a tablespoon of the filling.
Yeah, these are not little dumplings.
These are not. They're pork buns. So that can go in.
Oh, wow.
And I've just got a square of baking paper, which is going to be our base. So we're just bringing them up together.
Yes.
And we're just kind of working it around to form
there it
our
is.
pork bun.
Yep. I mean, a pork bun of that size, loads of filling. It's like the most amazing thing ever.
And then these are going to go into our steamer. So we've got the heat off, but the water underneath is hot. And then we start to cook them. So the buns are in the steamer, they're ready to prove under the hot water. But first we're going to just quickly wrap the lid in a tea towel to stop any condensation kind of dropping down onto the buns. That goes on, and we just leave them until they've doubled in size.
Okay, we will wait patiently.
Let's take a look at the buns. They should have doubled in size.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yep.
We're going to turn the heat on and cook them now for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think they're ready. Should we lift the lid and check? They should be nice and fluffy. Oh. They're quite hot, but if you can carefully lift one, use the paper and just pop it onto the plate. So you can see they're nice and puffed up. And at home, we just eat them with a little bit of Japanese mustard or hot English mustard, which is
a great idea.
Similar.
Yeah.
So we just put a little bit on the plate. And then we're ready to try it. Should we have half each?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut into
to start,
it.
right?
To start. So it should be really juicy inside.
Oh, wow.
You can see.
So fluffy.
So fluffy.
Oh.
So good.
So how much of the mustard are we putting on this?
I mean, it is a little bit spicy, but as much as you want, you can kind of just dip in the corner.
Yeah. I always think I can handle it. Like hot English mustard. Yeah, no worries. I'm like,
it's quite
too
spicy,
hot.
but just a little bit kind of, lifts it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's amazing. You have like a homemade pork bun and then everything else is inferior. It is amazing. I can't wait to make them at home. Like they are an absolute delight.
They're really good.
Very, very good.